Hi guys, it's me, Yorkshire Teas, back again, and for my second video, as promised, we're going to be doing a rehousing video on my Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Basically, I've got a big piece of corkbark, I've got a few plants, and I've got a ton of cocoa fibre, so we're going to build a habitat from scratch. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is what we have to work with. I've got these two plants, they were got from B&Q. I have a nice big circular cork bark because I'm intending to add a few other things to this enclosure as well as hissing cockroaches. Got our dirt, that'll be enough for this particular project. And this, so this is just a 45 by 30 by 30 Exoterra. As you can see, it's abysmal with its Tesco mixed variety cat pouches in there. I basically redid that because the other enclosure was full of mould. But it's horrible, it looks terrible, and I want to get a planted, fully inclusive enclosure. So I'm about to get all of the hissing cockroaches out, so I'll be right back. Right, we're back, and as you can see, all of my roaches are now out of the container, and essentially we are ready to, almost out of this container as well, we are ready to rehouse them. So, as I'm sure you don't want to see it, I will quickly cut away to cleaning this. I'll be right back. Okay, so we now have a clean tank, and I reckon it's probably time that we got on with the main part of the video. So I've got this lovely piece of corkbark as the centerpiece for this exhibit, and yeah, so I thought it would just go nicely there, and then essentially I was going to surround it with dirt, build up the dirt at the back, and see how that goes. So I will just put a bit of dirt in there. Yeah, it's going to go on the sides a little. Okay, so once again we're back. I have got a little bit of this, which is essentially potting soil with no bad stuff in it, no dodgy pesticides, etc. And it's got a little bit of what appears to be vermiculite mixed in with it as well to maintain a bit of that moisture, which is good because we are putting plants in here. So I'll actually put this on top as the top layer. I am going to make this substrate bioactive, so hopefully I should be able to sort of assist with that with this soil because it already has tons of nutrients in it and it's perfect for plants. Yeah, I'll probably mix it off camera once I've done it a little bit more. But this is coming together very nicely now that I actually have enough substrate. So there. I've put a little bit in there in the bottom. Hopefully, I mean it'll probably build up, given that I'm assuming most of the organisms will live in there. But yeah, so there we go. We have soil now, and I'm just going to grab the plants. Right, I didn't manage to put the plants on camera because my tripod decided to not work. So here's the planted enclosure. As you can see, all of these plants are non-toxic. They also particularly thrive in the shade and in a relatively sort of room temperature, nice area, which is perfect for this sort of setup with these detritivores. I will probably add a few more different plants, but obviously it's quite crowded, so I'm thinking that I might add some form of background here on the back. in a way that to increase the three-dimensional space, maybe with a few sticks going across, as at some point I do intend to get some species of millipede for here, and I've seen a couple of species that are quite prolific climbers, so that would be a nice use of all of this space that the terrestrial animals that will be in here wouldn't use normally. So I am going to incorporate a sort of a piece of slate down here in which I will be feeding them. I'll probably add some sphagnum and leaf litter as well, but I don't have that on hand at the minute. I have springtails, so before I put the big things in, I will be adding some springtails and a nice couple of orange isopods, which are pretty cool. I'm going to get these, I'll just try and get the lid off these springtails. Right, so springtails can just go in like that. There are quite a few springtails in this mixture, but you can't really see them. I won't even try and zoom in on them. Okay, so we have my cockroaches now. They're looking quite lethargic, probably because they're not used to this environment. So let's sort of bit by bit get them back introduced. Oh, classic. Love the hissing action. Right, that big one is massive male, and I think he's sort of nearing the end of his life, sadly. But hopefully they should get. I can't get them off my hands now. There's another one in there. Right, so I'll probably actually just pour them in, and that way they can sort of like make their own way around the enclosure. There you go. They definitely look a way more at home in this than they did in their awful first enclosure. Just burying into the substrate straight away, which is nice. I'll close that briefly because they can climb up the glass and I don't want them to escape. As an additional side note, I said I would update you on my former project. So there is the green bottle blue enclosure. He's actually just basking next to that lovely heat mat on the side of his tank. But he's settled in nicely. He's made a little burrow. Got a proper burrow set up. Oh, that's just the glare on there is awful. And yeah, he's settled up really nicely. I'm very glad with how he's turned out. So yeah, basically, I will keep you updated on this container and how it does. And any new additions that I do make will be probably notified here first. So yeah. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe, like it as well if you can, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.